morning. I want to try to hit every language. Parev, buenos dias, mabuhay, ni hao, salam, swoste, privet, xin chao. Gotta make sure I hit every language here. Namaste, can't forget that. Ohio, and I think I hit almost everything there. Yes, good morning to everybody. So it's wonderful to be with you, and I want to thank, first of all, my incredible team. Folks that have worked in Mayor's Office of International Affairs, something that I helped start when I was a council member with then Mayor Han, and helped resurrect when I became mayor. I just want to thank Maria and everybody in the team that I know has worked so hard from the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs for so long, and wish everybody a very happy International Migrants Day. We know Los Angeles is a city of belonging, a city of migrants and immigrants. Raise your hand if you're not originally from here. Okay, so we come from, there's a few of us that are natives here, a few of us that are second, third generation, but almost everybody comes from somewhere else. Certainly if you look at other countries, 2/3 of our population has come from either another country or their parents have, which is an amazing statistic here. We have 220 languages spoken in our region. I've always said you can find a new culture right next to you, and you can find the culture that you came from or your ancestors came from also in that same block. And we know that immigrant Angelenos, many of them don't speak English as their primary language. Certainly that was the experience in my own family that came here speaking Russian, Hebrew, came here speaking Spanish, and now, you know, generation after generation have been able to help their children get exposed to education, learn English, become citizens. But 37% of our immigrant population are English language learners. But we don't serve just those who speak English fluently or first. We serve everybody, no matter who they are. And I think when COVID hit, it became very apparent to us how important it was to make sure that we had life-saving information in our non-English populations. In fact, I'll never forget, within what's termed the Latino population, or the Mexican-American population, we have immigrants from Mexico who speak Spanish as their second language and English as their third. And we saw in cities across this nation, from Chattanooga to Oakland, sometimes non-written native languages of Mexico, we saw a huge spread of COVID, and the importance of language, of bridging those borders that exist within our cities, within our country, were really important. I also want to thank Jessica Calosa, who used to work just on the other side of this wall, but has done an amazing job as a commissioner in Public Works, who created and co-led a language access working group. One thing that I'm really proud in my 20 years, but certainly the last 8.5 years, was the way that we've broken walls down between each other and taken on everything from technology to gender equity to sustainability across what you might think your jurisdictions are, and taken responsibility for each other's central prerogatives. But with this executive directive and working together with the Office of Immigrant Affairs, led by Nora Preciado, who's done an extraordinary job too, with this executive directive, we're going to take a big step forward. And this is the first time I've ever signed an executive directive in this many languages. So I hope you've canceled your lunches. No, I signed very quickly. But this language access program is all about making sure whatever we do, whether it's critical information or whether it's opportunities, don't bypass someone because they're learning English. So it creates a template or a language access program by the mayor's office, which city departments that don't already have plans can adopt. I know that I often, as mayor, ask each one of our chiefs, general managers, executive directors, and CEOs to do a lot. Give me a sustainability rep, give me a gender equity rep, give me all these different reps. But we try to make that work easy so that when you do something like an equity action plan, we give you a best case model. And that's the same thing today. We're giving you a template that you can take, apply, and hopefully not have to reinvent the wheel across 40 different departments, but to make sure that we're accessible in our language, in our programs, and in our policies. And I'm also excited that this moves forward with the hiring of a citywide language access coordinator. So that person, he or she, will be able to help you all in the same way that our Department of Disability does with our accessibility when it comes to physical access and programmatic access. And I'm going to sign this executive directive in more than a dozen times in each language, from Armenian to Hindi all the way to Thai. I forgot to say Sawadee Ka. That was in Thai. But thank you all for joining me. Let me say a couple things in Spanish, which is our number two language in Los Angeles, spoken by about 80% of our English learners. Como todos saben, la ciudad de Los Ángeles es una ciudad de inmigrantes, en la cual se hablan muchos idiomas. Sabemos que en el condado de Los Ángeles se hablan más de 220 idiomas. Para asegurarnos que nuestra ciudad ofrezca mejores servicios a nuestros angelinos que no hablan inglés, estoy firmando la Directiva Ejecutiva número 32 de mi administración, fortaleciendo el acceso al lenguaje a Los Ángeles, lo cual establece la estructura para un programa de acceso al lenguaje en toda la ciudad que se centra en el acceso equitativo a los servicios y programas de nuestra ciudad. Y yo estoy firmando en 14 lenguas de Los Ángeles. Y este es un parte del espíritu y la visión de Los Ángeles, una ciudad donde toda la gente pertenece. So with that, I'll get ready.